Once Upon a Time by Nadine Gordimer, a family as apartheid South Africa builds increasingly elaborate security measures to protect themselves from perceived threats. Their fear ultimately leads to tragedy when their son is fatally injured by the security fence designed to keep intruders out. This story critiques the destructive nature of fear and segregation. Nadine Gordimer's short story Once Upon a Time is set in apartheid era South Africa and centers in a family who at first lives a peaceful and content life. However, their happiness is soon overshadowed by growing paranoia about the world around them, fueled by rumors of migrant workers breaking into homes. In response, they install an array of security systems, including alarms and high wall tap with barbed wire to protect themselves from imagined threats. Ironically, their effort to shield themselves lead to the destruction of their own lives. In a tragic twist, their young son, inspired by a fairy tale, tries to act as a brave knight and climbs the barbed wire, which was meant to protect him but ultimately causes his death. The story teaches a significant lesson about the danger of fear and prejudice. Gordimer's narrative emphasized that instead on isolating ourselves based on stereotypes and paranoia, we should seek to understand and connect with the communities around us. The family's decision to separate themselves from the poorer migrant workers was based not on personal experience but on societal biases. This served as a reminder of the consequences of blindly following the fears and judgment of others. The story also encourages us to resist conforming to societal expectations and to critically examine the world around us, standing up for our belief rather than acting out of fear or ignorance. In Once Upon a Time by Nadine Gordimer, psychological criticism reveals the underlying fears and anxieties of the characters, particularly the parents, who are consumed by their desire for safety. Their excessive precautions, building walls, installing alarms, and placing barbed wire, stem from an irrational fear of the unknown, other representing their subconscious anxieties about societal change and vulnerability. The story also delves into the psychological effects of paranoia, where the parents' fear of crime distorts their reality, leading to increasingly self destructive actions. The tragic ending, where their child is harmed by their defensive measures, symbolize how unchecked fear and psychological stability can lead to unintended consequences, hurting the very things one seeks to protect.